right? You have this yucky, really bad, borderline hatred feeling in your body that's doing damage to you, not the person you're feeling it towards, because they don't care. Nobody gonna care about you like you care about you. I'm telling you, it's up to you to take care of you now, right now. To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin. Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham. I'm your host, Jess Abraham, and today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters, and choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JOYFULSTYLEZ.com. Let's go. Let's go. Look, before we get into it today, I want to mention this because by the end of the episode, truth be told, I be forgetting. So I want each and every one of you to know early on in the episode that I have a boundaries quiz, right? So in the show notes, check out that boundaries quiz. If you're interested in knowing your boundaries level, I know I'm interested in knowing your boundaries level. So go ahead and take that quiz. It's a really short and fun quiz. I'm sure you will enjoy it and you'll see, give you results, all of that good stuff. Go ahead and click that show notes and take that boundaries quiz. All right. All right. Now that's out the way. Let's get into the message today because, of course, I am super excited. I just love when things just drop in my spirit and I'm like, oh, yep, that's a podcast episode. Let's go. So today's episode is titled The Price of Waiting. The Price of Waiting. So look, some of you may know me and know that, man, words matter to me. Words matter. If nobody else knows, I guarantee you my wife knows how much words matter. And I truly, truly believe that. So before really settling on the title of the episode, I went kind of back and forth, but like, should I say cost? Should I say price? Because depending on the context in which it's used, it's very different, right? So I went with price, obviously. So the price of waiting, but some of this can be talking about the cost of it as well. So I just want to throw that out there before we get into it. And I'm going to start off with something real, real practical, right? So recently, like most of this year, honestly, oh man, my wife and we have been traveling so much. I believe we both can honestly say this is the most already in the year, not even over. We still have trips planned coming up very soon, but we've probably traveled the most this year out of any of the other years, right? Like this year we've been just going. Like when I'm referring to travel, I'm talking about traveling together, not nothing we're done in the military, etc. Shoot, even then we probably traveled more this year than we traveled in 1 year in the military even, but so much. We've been on the go, on the go, on the go. And sometimes some of these things let me slow down, back up a little bit here. My wife and I, we tend to live a fairly spontaneous life, right? A fairly spontaneous life. So sometimes that's a great thing. Sometimes maybe not so much, particularly when it comes to us getting hotels or buying flights. And personally, I'm not going to give them a plug on my podcast here, but I love flying one airline. I may here and there fly another airline, but I tend to be loyal to one particular airline, and I guarantee you they are not the cheapest airline. So even with us, we traveling so much, sometimes we don't get those tickets when we should. So we wait, and when we wait, the price of those tickets went up, right? They say the price of those tickets went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. It don't always work that way. Look, the price of the tickets went up. Recently, we just bought a flight where we were doing this multi-city thing. Again, coming up real soon, and yeah, one day of the week, the price was one price. By time we went to book, it was not the same price. Either way, we still bought it because we know this is a trip that we've committed to do, and it'll be just amazing in so many ways. So we make sure that we do that. Again, that's just a little example of just started out here of just what we've been doing and how that's been showing up in our lives in that way with the travel. As much as we see this, sometimes we still just still doing some of that last minute stuff or waiting too close to the time to leave to make that happen, and we're just gonna continue to pay the price because it's the price of waiting. If we had booked it earlier, we wouldn't be paying the same price. Plain and simple, right? Moving into a different example here, I'm huge, huge, huge on coaching and masterminds and things of that sort. Before I even uh, I'm not sure if that's exactly true because I've unofficially been a coach my whole life, honestly. But I know personally, I've invested in multiple coaching programs and coaching communities and whatnot because I am, again, serious about my craft. And on top of that, if I'm not investing in coaching for myself, um, why should I have an expectation for people to invest with me in my coaching program? Right? I don't work that way. I don't, I do the things that I advise others to do, plain and simple. And truthfully, even those prices for me that people get back then or even now I think is a real steal of what it is. Again, yesterday's price, not today's price, right? So even as my coaching program develops and the more people that get results, just truthfully, I didn't even tend to go here, but truthfully, those prices will change, aka increase as time goes on. So I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this plug out there right now. If you're someone that's interested in being coached by me one on one for now, right? Because it won't always be that way. Won't have that super access as in that way. But I'm just put this out there. Reach out, and we can move forward from there. Start by taking the boundaries quiz, and then we can go from there. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. If you're serious and you're interested in being coached by me one on one, catering to you and your particular situation, the goals and that you would like to achieve, right? When it comes to your boundaries and things of that sort in your personal and professional life. Let's do that. Take that boundaries quiz. That's step one to show me that you're serious. Take that quiz and we go from there. Again, that quiz is in the show notes. Make that happen. We will go from there. Yeah. Didn't even mean to go there. Didn't plan to go there, but it needed to be said. And I ain't mad. Shameless, extremely shameless plug because I know how much I've helped people. And I know, like, even recently, I get, oh my goodness, these unexpected testimonials that I'm getting in day after day, like almost every day or every other day, there's someone sending me something about how I've helped them, whether that's past or that's just from these podcast episodes, all these different things, man. I just love it. God knows what he's doing. Thank you, God, for, sending those people and keeping like, keep letting me know I'm definitely on the right track, and I'm excited for the things to come. Truthfully. All right, now back to this. The price of waiting. Back to the price of waiting. Again, this is a Boundaries and More podcast. So that's what we're going to talk about today. When it comes to you putting your boundaries in place, waiting to put those boundaries in place. Whew, the price of that, what does that look like for most people? That looks like that resentment continues to build and build, right? That looks like your joy, your peace, your happiness, all of that being delayed because you decided to wait to implement these things, right? Any episode you can turn on right now, listen to this episode, listen to any of the previous episode, they all give practical examples for you to start right now. Don't need to wait to implement anything. You don't have to have it all figured out. Do it step by step, day by day, hour by hour, even. And you can implement these things now because the longer, I guarantee you, the longer you wait, the more unhappy you will be. I guarantee you, I see it. I've dealt with it. I've helped people through it. Like, look, the longer you wait to put those boundaries in place, uh, your future self will not be thanking you, right? You might have some choice words for your future. Well, your future self might have some choice words for you. We don't want that. Start now, start today, start small, right? Start small. If you not even know where to start, let me tell you, I have an episode called, let's see. It is effective ways to set boundaries, right? It's an episode. Check that out. Check that out, and that can be somewhere for you to start today. Effective ways, like it tells you, lay it out step by step, not holding anything back. And again, throughout all the episodes, I give practical examples of the things that you can do now. You don't have to wait. It doesn't have to be that deep. It doesn't have to be something that you're just not sure of. You don't have to be sure of it. I'm giving you the answers to the test. I'm thinking about that. No, I tell my wife that all the time. Sometimes she try to do her own thing when it comes to me. When I'm like, babe, look, I gave you the answers to the test. Just apply. Just copy the answers. I told you exactly what to do. And hey, look, that's what that consulting and stuff comes in. But if you want to be coached or consulted by me again, take that boundaries quiz so I know you're serious and we can go from there. Look, man, oh my goodness. Okay. Let's keep it moving because just thinking about it all. Again, we don't want that resentment there. I mean, I don't know about you, but me personally, those things, I mentioned this in the previous episode, but when it's like things that are pulling with me or not sitting well with me, it tears me up inside. And I don't like that. I'm not going to hold things in and hold things back when I feel, especially if I'm feeling wronged by someone or any of that sort, because it's not benefiting me at all. And I want you to know it's not benefiting you at all. It's not holding these things in. Certain things I've definitely learned. There's a time and place for everything. Truthfully, there's also times that you just can't wait to do it. The price of waiting is serious. Man, I know. I've been working through these things for years and years, and I've helped people throughout the years. And I know you might be someone that's new here. You didn't even know that what boundaries were before you got introduced to this podcast. You didn't even know where to start. None of that stuff. You're a super beginner. I get that. Again, all these episodes are tailored, right, to a certain way to help you from wherever you are. Start there, right? But the price of waiting, I guarantee you again, it does not work. It's more costly when you wait, right? You don't want to just have all these things just built up inside, things happening, you don't say anything, and you just keep letting it build inside and build and build and build and build. And then one little thing happened on a person who didn't even mean to do whatever, you explode on this person. That's what it looks like when you wait, the price of waiting, right? And then, this person might be like, it might be affecting your livelihood in a way because look, you might do this stuff in a work environment where it probably should not be happening, right? You might do this to a spouse who's really great to you, but you just explode on them because you're upset and mad at everyone else, or you're resenting something that someone at work, or your situation, or whatever it is. Now you're exploding on the wrong people, the people that don't even deserve that, the people that loves you, care about you, here for you. Now you putting them in a situation when they're like, oh, okay, they might have to rethink some stuff because in a way you've let this happen. For sure, for sure. The price of waiting. Think about that. Truly, truly think about that. It does not benefit you for waiting to put those things in place. It does not. It does not. Let me tell you, just kind of going from that, it's just like some people truly they put themselves in really bad situations when they're doing these things and doing the things that they really shouldn't be doing. Right? Let me break that down a bit more because I can hear it, a little mumble there, little mumble jumble there. We don't want that. I want to break it down clearly and give a practical example of when it comes to this stuff. So I've personally been through this way back when. Okay, I've learned. I've learned, and my no getting real strong these days. Okay, so um, back when, right? And this might be some of you now, right? You might be dealing with this right now, but way back when, I gave financially more than I should have. Period. Now, typically, I didn't put myself in horrible situations when it comes to other financial stuff because I was just giving it all away. It wasn't necessarily to that extent, but I know people who've done it and who continue to do it. I just don't get it. But if they're serious and they about investing in themselves, I can help them change that and feel real good about it. I promise you that for sure. But anyway, if that's you, right? You're someone, your people in your family, they come to you all the time. They all the time because the ATM is open and they know it's open. So they just come to the ATM and the ATM gives and gives and gives. And they won't stop because you continue to give, right? And then you know what? Sometimes you not give so much, you not give to this one and that one and that one. And now you in a weird financial position because you gave to these people who so call themselves gonna pay you back. Now y'all know after the second time when it did not pay you back, even after the first time, you could have gotten the picture at hand. You should have. That was a huge red flag. Red flag. And now here you are on the 10th or the 15th time, and you still expecting something different from them. I'm not sure why. Right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Okay, y'all finish that. Y'all know. Y'all know. Now you look. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna keep y'all long at all. So listen, so I'm getting ready to wrap this up because I really want y'all to take the time to sit in that and really, really think about what is it costing you for waiting? And what is the price of you waiting? Right? It does not have to be financially. In some people's situation, it is a financial thing. But it could be emotional. It could be your peace, again, your joy, your happiness, right? You have this yucky, really bad, borderline hatred feeling in your body that's doing damage to you, not the person you're feeling it towards, because they don't care. Nobody gonna care about you like you care about you. I'm telling you, it's up to you to take care of you now, right now. The price of waiting won't be pretty. It'll be costly. The price of waiting. Remember that and think about that and all the decisions that you make or you don't make. Okay? Because y'all know sometimes it's about what you don't do that'll cost you, right? I'm just saying, for us, we paying for me and my wife and I, we paying a lot more for these plane tickets than we should have been paying if we had just not waited, right? That's what we doing. We going, but we could have said, look, that could have went towards something else, something while we're in these locations that we're going to. But anyway, right? The price of waiting is up to you right now to make a decision on what you will do next. If you continue to wait, that's on you. Remember, nobody owes you anything. Nobody owe you anything. It's on you to take control of your life right now. We're not waiting no more. Those waiting days are over. The price of waiting is too costly. Remember that. All right. That's what I have for you today. I'm going to leave it there. I think you get it. And if you don't, listen to this episode over and over and over again and go back and listen to some of the other episodes because it might hit differently, right? Look, I'm going to leave it there. Y'all, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Again, that's on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Make sure y'all go playing these games and go ahead and get you some Joyful Styles apparel. Use that discount code that's in the show notes. Look, it's for you. It's for you for being a dedicated listener to the show. So use that discount code, get your Joyful Styles apparel. Also, don't forget to take that boundaries quiz. I'm curious to know what your boundaries level is. I think you should be too, but hey, that's on you. Right? Because if you know where you are, it gives you some awareness and you move from there. But we'll talk about that stuff later. But again, and if you're serious at all, and you really want to make a difference in your life, again, I would recommend that you start there. Again, you've made a start by listening to this podcast episode, and I thank you. Truly, I thank you. Now, it's time to take it a step further and take that boundaries quiz. Let's go from there. All right. And you all be sure to go out and have a beautifully amazing day. Okay. And be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Chas Abraham. Talk to y'all then.